Hey, what's going on? I'm a Crusader, and welcome to episode 2 of our playthrough of Sunless Skies, Sovereign Edition. Last time, we finished up all of our business, our current business, in New Winchester, and that means it's time to explore. We do have a couple of leads to where things are. So, in case you didn't know, the map is randomized. So, every new legacy will have a different map. So, this isn't the same map that's on my main old character. We do have a few leads for where things are, though. We know that Port Avon is somewhere over here, and we have a trading opportunity there. And we know that Port Prosper is somewhere up here. So, and we have a passenger to deliver, as well as discovering the gateway to the transit relay, I should say, to London, so that we can get rid of our late former captain's big black box. So, without further ado, let's get out of this station and head out into the Reach. Now, the first thing that we want to do is go up here so we can discover the faction ports. Now, these are very important in determining who controls the Reach and getting various bonuses. So there's Victory Hall, home of the Tacketies, and over here, if we can get the little discovery pip, is the Company House, home of the Windward Company. Now, seeing as we are a revolutionary, and I do like to roleplay my characters, we're going to be siding with the Tacketies in this run. It'll make getting to London a little bit more difficult, because we won't be able to get a basically free and unlimited source of Ministry stamped permits, but it will make going to the Blue Kingdom easier due to being able to get otherworldly artifacts. You can't get them now. We need reputation and favors for the Tacketies, but by delivering port reports, we will be able to do just that. Now, I think first we're going to head south, because I want to get that trading opportunity done. Get a little bit of money, because we are currently, if our inventory will load here, we are currently broke, or almost broke. We're broken. We have so little money we may as well be broke. So we're going to head to the southwest and find Port Avon. There's Cantors still. Now you notice our engine is a little bit slow, but this will change as there are engine upgrades that we can get. So eventually our engine will be quite speedy. Honk the horn. There's a Tackety vessel over there. You don't want to attack them. There's Young's found. Additionally, I want to mention... Going the right way? Not really. I want to mention that in later episodes, all of this, like, mundane traveling is going to be cut out, because, let's face it, it's really boring. Just watching me... Oh, hold on. Hold that thought. We have an event. A stopped clock. The fastidious inspector approaches you in the galley. Captain, good day. I noticed your ship's clock had stopped. Perhaps you'd permit me to repair it? She has a little case of tools and a hopeful expression. Permit! You prefer things to be right more than twice a day. Well, we may as well. An opportunity for conversation. She gives a grateful flicker of a smile and sets to work. Soon she has the back off the clock and has spread tiny cogs across the galley table. Obscure horological tools gleam brassily among them. Everything has a place. I appreciate the opportunity to keep myself busy. Staring too long at the stars is harmful to the temperament. The vestigious inspector has a round face, brown eyes, and short dark hair. She gives the impression of being perpetually busy. Inquire about her work, discuss the reach, compliment her skills, bid her a good evening. I think we can do all of these. Let's inquire about her work. What are the duties of an agent of the horological office? A higher calling. She sniffs. It is of fundamental importance that 10 o'clock on the 2nd of June in one corner of the Empire occurs at the same time as 10 o'clock on the 2nd of June in the opposite corner. How is an empire to function if it can't agree what day it is? Unfortunately, the process is complicated with the fact that time is less reliable than it was. The hours trade has seen to that. Ask for news of London. That's where we're going to be going eventually. The seat of the Empire lies in far-off Albion, where a man-made sun burns in the sky. Another sun blazed there once before her renewed majesty conquered it. Homesickness. London sits in her coat of smog. Courtiers squabble at the foot of the throne of hours, hoping to receive endowments of years. Meanwhile, hard-working civil servants labor to ensure everything runs as it should. Was there a touch of archness there? All is normal. I miss her, though. There is no city like London in all the skies, and Albion is very different from the Reach, much more civilized. Well, I take offense to that. I'm from the Reach. Discuss the Reach. The wide, wild frontier, a sunless domain, but impossibly verdant, with gargantuan vines, cathedral-sized bronzewoods, and livid fungal archipelagos. Far from home. It has an uncouth splendor, but I miss Albion and the steady light of the clockwork sun. These sunless reaches are so misty and quiet. She pauses. But critical. The territories here are rich with raw hours, and enough vegetation grows on them to feed the whole of London, even if some of it is a dubious shape. So that's a big thing in this universe, by the way. Hours are a thing that can be mined and manipulated. So, yeah. Time is kinda meaningless. Yep, there we go. Ask about the hours trade. You've heard the Empress awards her favorites with gifts of years to extend their lives, and that you can become rich mining for hours to satisfy London's hunger for them. The tangles of time. Oh, hours have more uses than that. We use them to increase the efficiency of work worlds, to speed journeys to distant regions, to resolve overcrowding in prisons. It does make my life more difficult, when time knots and stretches like wool on the loom. More difficult, but more vital. Her Majesty seized a great trove of them when she assumed the throne of hours, and now even more have been found in the Reach. Miners dig them from the ground. She looks momentarily wistful. I hope someday to retire with a modest pension of years myself, to prolong the better part of my retirement. Ask about the Winchester War. The Reach is torn by discontent between the London loyalists and the more independent settlers. So this is the big conflict in the Reach, and this is what those two factions I was talking about, the Windward Company and the Tacketies, they're on the two sides of the war. The Windward Company are the London loyalists, and the Tacketies are the settlers. And so that's the conflict that you sort of influence as you progress on through the Reach. An unfortunate business. There are those who feel that London is a long way away, and that they do a better job of governing themselves. The frontier attracts independent spirits. We call them Tacketies, for the hobnail boots that are so practical up here. London, unsurprisingly, disagrees. The Windward Company earnestly represents Her Majesty's interests in the region, sometimes very earnestly indeed. The Tacketies call London's loyalists stovepipes, for hats, I suppose. She avoids looking at you. And you, Captain? Where do your sympathies lie? With the Tacketies, of course! These are new lands. Why should old rules, or old masters, hold sway? We are never free of the past, she says, her hand touching her pocket watch. Never. Compliment her skills. Her hands are deft and sure. She polishes, she cleans, she reassembles. A compliment. Thank you, she says. A small, embarrassed silence. It's possible the inspector is pleased. It's rather hard to tell. Oh, better a good evening. We have work to do. Parting. And to you, Captain. I think I shall make a cup of tea. Onwards. So, yeah, that gives a little bit of, better than I could. That gives a little insight to the conflict with the Reach. And of course, our captain, being a revolutionary, will, obviously side with the tactics. And our first taste of combat for the episode. Let's see if we can move around here. Almost got it. Then we can level up. And I missed. Oh no. Alright. Ouch. Doesn't matter though. Down it goes. The Reach Marauder is defeated. You prepare to board the buckle of wreckage, poised to plunder the plunderers. Behind you, someone is humming a song of victory. Board the defeated Marauder. To the victor, spoiler, the spoils. Not spoilers, the spoils. All that remains. The crew of the Marauder lie dead in the corridor, killed not by your guns, but knives and small arms fire. The only survivor is the captain, locked in the brig with a bottle of brandy. Chalk eyes stare back from every wall. When he ran out of chalk, he began scraping them with his fingernails. Little remains of them, but bloodied stumps. Alright, that's normal. Seen this before, Captain, says a crew member, grasping your arm. Sky madness. Magdalens can treat it, if you can be bothered to take the poor sod. Of course! The wilderness is cruel. This could easily be you one day. Should we get a short quest? Besides, we need to go to Magdalens for our trade opportunity. So, of course we will. The crew wrapped the sky-maddened captain in blankets, then secured them tightly with belts. It takes 4 to transport him safely to your locomotive. You might not be heavy restrained, but it should keep him from harm until you get him to Magdalens. Magdalens lies to the south-southwest of New Winchester. In the same direction we're going. It's perfect. The captain's secure. You have a moment to see whether there's anything of worth in his locomotive before abandoning it to the wilderness. We have a new mission, delivering the sky-maddened captain, and we've gained a tale of terror. Let's not loot the hold. I think our hull is more important, especially since that costs money to repair back at New Winchester. So let's strip the engine of materials, and that one almost filled up our entire hull. Also, we discovered Havenwood, and I think we may be approaching Port Avon. Let's go this way. Oh! Level up! God. So... This is the new level up system. I have no idea how it works. I know that we have a revolutionary. Oh, this is some extra text here that we didn't have last time. You held the line at pickets, you burned factories, you bled on the cobblestones, and the police came with trunkins and horses to break the strikes. You made sure they bled too. So we can take a facet. Ooh! That's new. I think this is... Let's see. So we have Scarred, a Scandal, a Spell in Prison. This is the one we want to take. Interlude in Black Gold. No, this one right here. The Liberation of Night. You begin to hear of a secret. You began to hear of a secret sect or philosophy among the most extreme anarchist cells: the liberation of night. The liberation advocated revolt not only on Earth, but in heaven. It claimed light was law, and that we would only be free in the dark. When a masked fanatic tried to convert you, how did you respond? We responded with our eyes opening. No one will be free until the stars, greatest of all tyrants, are shaken from their thrones. Existence itself is a chain, which is a completely normal thing to say, obviously. Our rewards for choosing this will gain 5 veils, 3 mirrors, and a cryptic benefactor. These are very nice to have, especially once we get to the Blue Kingdom. There's a certain item we need to get at the Blue Kingdom, and these, I believe, are either required or greatly assist us in getting it. So, it's really nice to grab one. Also, foreshadowing! This definitely isn't part of what our ambition is going to be. So just ignore that. Ignore all this. So, there's there's our extra facet. I really like the new level. I really like this so far. I heard they added new stuff too, so I can't wait to see that. By they, I mean no better. What was I talking about before the Reach Marauder? Before we fought that. Oh, right. Eventually gonna be cutting all this out, the traveling, because it's boring. But I figured while we were exploring things, it would be nice to, uncover where everything is live and on video. So, yeah, but eventually all this boring stuff will be getting cut. I just thought I'd say that. And let's see. Where are we? We're approaching the edge of the map. From there, we should be able to find our way. Let's send out a bat. Look at this field. It's got returns. It's found something. It found a wreck that we would have seen anyway. Well, that was a waste of supplies, wasn't it? A wreck! The wreck gleams with frost, its windows are dark, its engine silent. Perhaps something of value lies within. We can risk it with our veils, 60% chance of success to try to loot it. We can leave, or we can mourn the dead and reduce our terror. Terror is doing fine, it's only at 12%. Let's try to enter our way through the hall. And we failed. Our terror isn't really doing that fine anymore. Wreck and ruin. As you clamber through the hole, your lamps reveal uncanny marks around it. Were they caused by ricocheting shrapnel, or by vast teeth? Your boarding party's search is unsurprisingly hurried. They retrieve only handfuls of valuables, with the hull's groans encourage them to return to your vessel. Not all of them make it. The wreck buckles with a shriek that might have been issued from the throat of hell, and spins apart. Alrighty then. Well, that's mildly disconcerting. We've gained 15 terror, we've gained 35 sovereigns, a tale of terror, and we've lost a crew. Alright, well, that was entirely not worth it. Also, I don't think we're in Port Avon. This is looking more, like we're heading towards Carlin. But we could also be heading somewhere we probably don't want to be at this moment. Yeah, I know where this is, and we really don't want to be here right now. this is a horror. The War of Fossils. When settlers arrived in the Reach, miners flocked to this frozen rock, lured by the promise of hours stored in its core. An eruption of Kant and Perry has left it in its current mangled state. A makeshift graveyard stands at the lip of the rock, a memorial and a warning. We are going to leave. So this is a horror. It's an object in the map where basically your terror skyrockets when you're next to it. Some of them can be interacted with, like that one. Most can't. Well, not most, but a lot of them can't. Actually, a lot of them can't. But it's good we discovered that. We also discovered the Grey Witness. So south-southwest. Oh, is that Port Avon? I think we may have gone the wrong way. So let's head up there. That's our best lead right now. I think this is Trader's Wood. This has to be Trader's Wood. Also, this is a stovepipe ship. We will eventually be able to fight those. We definitely don't want to pick a fight with that now. Definitely not. Let's see. So, by the way, when I was reprimanding my bat for finding that, it turns out that isn't what he found. This is what he found. So, oops, sorry, bat. I didn't mean to insult your work there. So, what did our scout bat find? This is good. This is really good. So this is a wonder, or wonder, right? Yes. So a wonder is like a horror, except that it reduces your terror when you're next to it. So this is the memorial to the unknown rat. Rats talk in this universe. Don't ask. But that's a memorial to all of the brave rats who gave their lives in the move to the sky. And I think that means that Port Avon really is close, probably up this way. Oh, yep. Yep. We have arrived, at least in the region of Port Avon. Also, this is Cuddleskill. An abandoned signal box. The signal box is shrouded in gray. Close up, you see that the box is covered in delicate webs studded with cocoons. From the blue and white pattern of one bundle, it appears a spider has trapped a teapot. Inside, beneath a desk covered with rusted levers, is a luggage trunk. Captains in dire need can borrow from the cash inside, but custom dictates they must later replenish it. We aren't going to do that because it will require us to replenish it, but if we don't, bad things will happen, and we don't want that to happen. So instead, we're just going to read the ledger. Captains who withdraw from the cash should note their name and ship and what they took. Occasionally, they add anecdotes. This will get us either a vision of the heavens or a sky story. A recent entry. The handwriting is poor but legible. Captain Loud deposited supplies, superstitious after a run of bad luck. There is a column for miscellaneous notes. The writing is blotched and smeared as if the writer had tried to wipe tears from the page. What is legible speaks of a place as dark as sleep, as quiet as a forgotten story. They barely escaped. They wanted to return. Alrighty then. That gained us a vision of the heavens, and we are going to leave. Port Avon should be right up here. This is an hour node. If we had mining equipment, we could mine it and gain a barrel of raw hours, which is a good thing to have, especially if you want to travel to London. But we don't have mining equipment right now, so we can't do that. What we can do is investigate this. Actually, wait, I lied. We can't. This requires assaying equipment to investigate. So because we're so we don't have a lot of equipment right now, we can't really take advantage of these opportunities. Oh no. But we will eventually. You are not where you thought you were. The sky is wrong. This is not where you were meant to be. Was it a trick of the mists? Has the wind carried you astray? Have the heavens themselves turned on their axis? So we can double back, painstakingly retrace your path. This will cost us fuel and time. Or press on! You push forward into stranger skies and hope that somewhere beyond you'll find familiar territories again. This gives us a 26% chance of doing this. Oh, I don't want to risk failing that. We're going to double back. Oh, gosh, that's not good. Back on track. You pick your way back across the sky while the hours tick by and you're fretful. Eventually, your chart and your surroundings align again. Continue your weary journey. We've lost 2 fuel, which is really bad because we don't have a lot of money, remember. We've gained 5 terror and a sky story. Hopefully my calculations are correct and Port Avon is here. Yes. Yes, I was right. This is Port Avon. Over there is the Nowhere Inn and the Village Green. We want to get all of these little things because they gain us experience. Arriving at Port Avon, behold a ruin of giants. Gargantuan blocks jigsaw together, furred with moss and whispering with orchids. A bucolic village nestles amongst them. Smoke coils daintily from the chimneys. A leisurely beam of cricket unfolds on the village green. Disembark! A ramshackle dock juts into the sky beside a farmyard scattered with rusty locomotive parts, lighting, piping, a chugging motor with its innards exposed. An oily-faced, black-haired girl waves your locomotive into position. Welcome to Port Avon, she calls as you disembark. A rich knot of scents greet you, leaves and wood smoke, enriched by an infrequent but pungent intrusion of goat. Port Avon welcomes new visitors, but your novelty will wear off the more time you spend there. When you visit in the future, you may need to bring something to keep them friendly. So our Port Avon welcome is now 3. First off, what we always need to do, first things first, write a port report. The local is willing to update you on the news. There's not much to share. Were it not for talk of smugglers and sky beasts, you could easily confuse this place for a village on the world you left behind. It's quite peaceful here, apart from some fuss over a newspaper delivery. The villagers frown and change the subject when you ask about it. So these are what port reports are what we hand in to the factions in order to gain favor with them so we can get our bonuses from them. We can get items and other things as well. So yeah, we need to get those, and we get 100 money a pop for these port reports. So we definitely want to collect those. Here we can also recruit a repentant devil, or we could if we had sovereigns, but I guess we already established we are poor, so we can't do that. Village Green. There really isn't much to do here, at least right now. There's 4 locations: the Village Green, the Nowhere Inn, the Cyclopean Ruins, and obviously the dock. Over here, we can recruit another officer, but again, we don't have the right stuff right now. So, we're not going to do that. What we are going to do is... Oh, no. We don't have the money, and especially not because we need to buy fuel. That's unfortunate. Okay. So, we need money to engage in this trade opportunity. So, there is only one option. We need to deliver our passenger to... And not our unwilling passenger. We need to deliver our willing passenger to Port Prosper in the north. So, we're going to do that. And... hopefully we have enough fuel to get there. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Also, I would like to ask again that you guys let me know if the volume, the audio is okay. I think I fixed last episode's audio problems. I think. But if I didn't, please let me know and I will do more work on that. I don't like that change, not to be honest, to be completely honest with you. Oh, I think I hear gunshots. Those are definitely gunshots. Yeah, so this is something you'll come across from time to time, is the reach is different engines fighting with each other. Here we have 2 Tackies fighting a Dreadnought. A Dreadnought, I had it right the first time. We're not going to get involved yet. Because we would probably die a very horrible death. So we're just gonna mosey on along here. And try to find Port Prosper. I think right now we're close to the nature reserve. Yeah, that's the way to the nature reserve. We really don't have the fuel to discover that right now, or just to deal with that, I should say. Oh! A homestead! Settlers who live so far beyond the edge of civilization relish the hardships of solitude. They will fiercely defend their small territories, but occasionally welcome company and trade. This homestead appears to be thriving. A family gathers outside to welcome you. Blue smoke coils from the chimney. Eat your fill. Hospitality is important on the frontier. The settlers invite you to join them for a meal. We can spin them a yarn of our adventures. Let's see. So we can either reduce our terror, which is moderately high, or we can trade a sky story for supplies. I'm more concerned about supplies, personally, so we're going to do this. Spin them a yarn of your adventures. New customs spring up quickly in the high wilderness. One of the most widely observed insists that a good story must be paid with gifts. So we're going to spend a sky story and gain a supplies. Stranger than fiction. Your host is eager to hear of your adventures in the sky. Before you leave, they press a heavy bundle into your arms. Onwards! Williamswell. So I think take... We go north here, not take anything. We go north. This is a floating piece of bronze wood. If we had mining, we could get it. We could sell it, because bronze wood sells for a lot of gold sovereigns. I'm not quite sure what they're called. We seem to have found Titana, but again, well, you know what? This episode's running a little bit long, so I'm going to leave you on a bit of a cliffhanger here, and we'll have to find out Port Prosper next time. So this is Titana. We'll explore this, and we'll find Port Prosper and hopefully get some more money next time. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all tune in for episode 3. That should be a good one. Like I said. So yeah, be sure to like and subscribe, comment. Let me know if the audio's okay. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like me to play. Also, don't forget to ring that notification bell as well. Thanks everyone for watching again, and have a good one.